Hello, my name is Mark Tufano, commander of the Hooks-Orr American Legion Post 235 in Matthews, North Carolina. I am pleased to announce that we have completed Phase 2 of the Matthews Veterans Memorial Restoration Project. Phase 2 was the building phase, and build we did. This would not have been possible without the tireless efforts of dozens of volunteers and the generous offerings from local vendors of all the building materials that were needed for this project. Cement blocks and mortar and sand for the memorial wall and the mural wall came from Lowe's. Paper brick, sand, and substrate gravel and steel edging were donated by Site 1. The red brick used to trim the memorial and mural wall were donated by Carolina Brick. Cement blocks, sand, and mortar for the war monuments were generously given by Home Depot. Now that all the building materials were in place, it was time to bring the designs to life. First, we had to dig out the footers for the memorial and mural walls. The wall footers had to be reinforced with metal rods, and then the concrete was poured. Finally, the construction for the walls could begin. Once the walls were built and trimmed with red brick, they were coated with stucco, and then a finished coat of colored acrylic stucco was applied. The paver area needed to be excavated as well. Once this was completed, a deep base of substrate gravel was poured and then finally leveled with sand before the pavers could be applied. After the paver bricks were laid, it was necessary to hand cut the pieces to fit around the corners and curves. Then the Eagles landed, the Eagle Scouts that is. 2 Eagle Scouts were responsible for building the war memorials, which memorialized the wars and conflicts over the last 100 years. Those 6 monuments were dedicated to World War I, World War II, Korea, Vietnam, Gulf Wars, and the global war on terror. Each Eagle Scout was in charge of the planning, financing, and building of the monuments assigned to them. Digging the footer area, building the monument base, adding rebar, and pouring the concrete. Once the base was constructed, the monument core was built from concrete block and then covered with granite. Now that the construction was finished, a little cleanup was necessary. The flagpole was cleaned from top to bottom, and the entire property was given a final grading. And at last, the construction was completed. Now it was time to put the icing on the cake. Well, the landscaping on the memorial. All of the planting was conducted under the watchful eye of the landscape designer, Lisa Tompkins. There's a right way and a wrong way to plant, and we all learned the right way that day. Volunteers from the community, the Eagle Scouts, the Girl Scouts, and the American Legion rolled up their sleeves together. There it goes. And dug in, literally. Unfortunately, we had to mess it up a little bit and install the irrigation system. All the plants had to be in their proper location before we could run the irrigation lines. The trenches had to be dug carefully, and then the irrigation pipe and drip lines installed. It was time to cover up all the scars and put a little makeup on. Well, that is, spread the mulch. Many volunteers from the planting group returned to spread the mulch. I suppose they had so much fun they came back for more. With the construction, planting, irrigation system installed, and mulching completed, it was now time to focus on the real reason for this memorial, honoring the brave men and women, our brothers and sisters in uniform, remembering them in a very personal and moving manner. In honor of the services in which our veterans have served, a flag was erected for the Army, Marines, Navy, Air Force, Coast Guard. And the POW MIA flag was erected to acknowledge that we will never forget the prisoners of war and those missing in action. And an American flag was erected as a symbol of liberty and freedom. the very reasons for which veterans served and in so many cases throughout the many years and conflicts have given their lives. Families and friends who purchase commemorative bricks engraved with the names of veterans who they wish to honor join together to personally place their bricks to keep their memories alive, not only for themselves, but for everyone in our community.
We are now ready for Veterans Day, but the Memorial Restoration Project still has another phase to complete.
The Veterans Memorial is still a work in progress. The monuments recognizing the wars and conflicts over the last 100 years need to be completed, clad with granite and adorned with a bronze plaque. The mural selection process begins at the beginning of 2021.
We need your help to finish this extraordinary project to honor all veterans, those that have served, are serving, and will serve. There's a number of ways to do that. You can purchase a commemorative brick to memorialize a family member or friend who is a veteran, or you can donate directly to the Matthews Veterans Memorial Restoration Project.
Please go to matthewspost235.org to make a tax-deductible donation and be part of this extraordinary moment in Matthews history. I hope to see you on November 11th.